How's it going, everyone? Callum John Plays here, and today I'm going to be showing you guys the best way to EV train in the post game of Pokemon Legends ZA. Parodies have also gone out the way. I think what a lot of people have been doing to EV train in this game is they've just been running through and earning money doing the nighttime battles, which is perfectly fine. There's nothing wrong with grinding money and buying vitamins, but I find that since there's not really an easy way to AFK farm money in this game, money as easy as it is to come by, it also is easy to spend, especially if you're EV training Pokemon with it. So I wanted to offer a free way to EV train your Pokemon. I made a joke on Twitter. This 28-year-old streamer still EV trains his Pokemon the old-fashioned way. And what I was basically doing was you can get power items in Pokemon Legends ZA, and they work just like the main series games do now, where if you say, let's give this Lucario a power item, the power weight, that means if I give it to him, reduces his speed in battle, but allows his HP stat to grow more quickly. Basically, every time he knocks out a Pokemon, not only will he gain the effort value that Pokemon provides, he will also gain 8 EVs into the stat of the power item. So let's say I fight a Slowpoke, instead of getting 1 HP EV, I would get 9. And this is it's relatively fast. Personally, I think the power items should be, if you're holding that power item, you don't gain any EVs except from in that stat. That would make things so much easier. And it's just a flat number too. That would be so much easier. It's still so complicated to EV train Pokemon. But EV training Pokemon at first glance in this game is super obnoxious because the way spawns work, if you KO a spawn, it leaves for a while. You just have to wait real life time for the spawn to come back. You can't just reload and it will be back. You have to wait real life time. But that's not entirely true. However, before we get into the EV training, I want to offer a way to get Mega Shards really quickly, because in the post game, Mega Shards are how you're going to buy more of these power items. So if you want to EV train a full team of 6 in HP and you want more power weights, you need more Mega Shards. And of course, in the post game, there's not this big friggin' building here to easily grind power shards, or Mega Shards rather. So I have taken note of some pretty beefy spots to get Mega Shards. I just realized I'm at 999 again. Let me go spend these, and then we will go together through some good spots to get more Mega Shards in the post game of Legends ZA. You only really need 900 of these to be able to buy 5. The initial power item you get, if you do all of the side quests, you will have, let me get the power band, let me buy 5 of these, 900, there we go. So we're left with 99 power shards. So I just need to do this one more time, and I've got all the power shards. I've got 6 of each, which is all you need. Realistically, you don't actually need them all, but I'm just min-maxing. I'm just making sure I've got the most. But yeah, if you want the initial power item, which you get from a side quest, if you do all the side quests, you will have the initial power item. You can then buy more in the post game. There will of course be timestamps in the description if you'd rather just skip to the EV training. But yeah, in terms of farming for Mega Shards, first of all, let's come to Hotel Z. So there's some good clusters behind Hotel Z. I also will recommend Lucario. I personally think Lucario is one of the best Pokemon to do this with. But if you don't have Lucario, or you don't want to use Lucario, you can use whatever to get your Mega Shards, but I think 3 priority moves is really good. Quick Attack, Extreme Speed, and Bullet Punch, because, I mean, it's priority moves. They recharge really, really fast. And the animation happens really, really fast. So this is what I would recommend, just Lucario. I think Absol maybe gets some moves too. You can also do Earthquake if you want like an area of effect for Lucario. But yeah, you just come up here. There's some good clusters behind here. Personally, I would then turn around. So we had 99 Mega Shards. Now we have 195. So we've almost gained 100 just from that one area alone. This is of course assuming you've got the leveled up Canary plush. If you don't have it, then of course it will take a little bit longer to get. And I wanted to do a post-game focused guide on this because I have been seeing most of the guides I think are not post-game, and people are just saying, oh, just go to the Lumiose Tower, which if you've played the game, if you know, you know. So another spot up here, there is this little hole down here which has a lot of power shards. I keep saying power shards, Mega Shards. This little spot down here right next to Hotel Z, and then yeah, just grab these. I don't know how often these spawn. They spawn relatively quickly. I think they're similar to Pokemon in that regard, where they spawn after real life time goes by. So personally, if you're trying to do this, I'd maybe just do this, grind the power shards in all these locations I recommend. So yeah, we're at 372 now, so we've almost gained like 300 just from Hotel Z alone. Yeah, maybe do this and then maybe do a night at the ZA Royale and then go back to grinding these. Like after you do a night, I'm sure that they'll be respawned. So yeah, that's those. There's also some over here at the Racine Construction. I'm pretty sure all the locations I've written down should have enough power shards for us to hit 999, or at least close to it. So obviously, if you pick some up along the way, I think you'll be perfectly fine. Yeah, of course, there's this one over here, which, whatever, just grab it. And then if you come over this way, you got a bunch. And these ones are pretty easy to get to, which is why I'm mentioning them. I'm sure there's other ones, like other locations I'm probably not going to mention. I'm just going for the ones that I found easy to get to. All right, Lucario, come on, man. You're being ridiculous. Get down. Beautiful. Beautiful. There's one down there. I'm probably not going to bother going for it, but that brings us up to 468. Cool. There's also some behind Restaurant Le Yeah, which is right here. This is the area with the big old cluster down the side. So you come down here from Restaurant Le Yeah, and we've got this big old cluster growing on the wall. Really, really helpful. Yeah, a butt ton. Now we're at 647. Yeah, like that's just, we're just chewing through this. God, I really wish there was a better way to manage seeing how many you have. But the last really big clustered area I would recommend that's quite easy to get to is Wild Zone 9. Wild Zone 9, of course, has Binker spawns. So I think, yeah, actually, yeah, we don't go up there. You come up this one right here, and you will be greeted with hella mega shards. Yes, sir. This isn't all of them. There's more. But yeah, grab these. Lucario is pretty fast with it. You can do area effect if you want, but I don't know. I like these. I like just clicking. And then there's more down there, of course. So you want to wait for your interruption, your regularly scheduled interruption. And yeah, just roto glide your way over here. And if, the day and night system changing wasn't proof that they don't respawn day and night, then, there you go. They don't respawn day and night. They just respawn after real lifetime goes by. Yeah, grab these. And that brings us up to 881. Like, we're almost at 900, which is obviously granted we started on 99. So I'm gonna try and get us up to 999 because I don't think you need 900 to buy 5 of them, which is what I'm trying to teach you guys how to buy 5 of them 6 times. There's more above Sushi High Roller. I explored the map earlier and I tried to find like some of the best spots. There's actually some like right across from Sushi High Roller as well. I don't know if this is what I was talking. No, yeah, there's some above Sushi High Roller too. Sushi High Roller is an iconic thing to remember though, so easy enough. Just from that alone, that brings us up to 991. Like, I've not even been doing this long and we're already like at capacity pretty much. If you just come down here, then we can just do this. So if you just follow what I did, or at least somewhat close to it, those are some pretty easy spots to get to with a lot of clusters. I'm pretty sure that should be us at 999 now. Like I said, there is some above Sushi High Roller. There's also some to the right of Wild Zone 8. So the right of Wild Zone 8, there's like quite a lot clustered over here, and these are relatively easy to get to as well because there's the Holovator right there. We just come up here. See, this is a tiny cluster, but trust me, there's a lot more where that came from. Yeah, oh my god, they're all just popping in now. Yeah, there's a lot more over here. Me destroying these is pointless because I'm already at capacity, but yeah, like I said, there's like some over here which you can easily get to, and I'm sure there's like other areas with a bunch more, but those are just some of the easy ones to get to, and you can like quite easily like max out your crystal. So you can honestly, you can do that as well if you just want to buy EXP candies. But yeah, having done that took me not even 10 minutes to do that. Like, I can probably do it like much faster as well. And we're gonna buy my last 5 power anklets. Cool. I don't have to really buy any more of these because there's going to be no reason for me to have more than 6 of these at a time. Now you've got your power items. Let's say you're trying to train up a full team of 6. I'm going to just do Scrafty and Mawile because these are 2 Pokemon I want to train up. Obviously, what I'm doing here is EV training, not IVs. In terms of IVs, if you want to get bottle caps, you have to do the ZA Royale and hope that you get a reward, a bottle cap, which is a little annoying, but I would recommend for EV training to try and maybe pick up some EV reducing berries. This is just in case of accidents where maybe you accidentally knock out a Pokemon that you shouldn't have, because it's easily done, just to fix your Pokemon stats. If you want to know what EVs Pokemon give, if you go to like Pokemon DB, and if you look for, say you accidentally knock out a Scatterbug, look for Scatterbug, click on him, it says EV yield 1 defense. So Scatterbug gives 1 defense EV every time you kill one. So if that were me and I don't want to have, you know, any defense EVs on my Mawile, I would just be like, all right, Mawile, have yourself a Qualot berry. To buy those EV reducing berries, you can buy them, I believe it's actually closer to number 7. If you come to Wild Zone 7, it's probably not the most efficient way to get to it, but Wild Zone 7, and then I think it's just like down and around here. It's kind of like Luke's can be deceiving because the map makes it look like there's, nope, that's not it. Is it? Oh, it's back here, yeah. The map makes it look like there's no way for you to get in, but there is. It's just the structures in the way. But yeah, you can come under here. I wish there was like a little icon or something, or like maybe there was like there's like a missing line. I mean, I guess there kind of is like almost like a pathway in there, but anyways, the way you buy EV reducing berries is by talking to this guy. Yeah, it's annoying because you can only buy them 1 at a time. 200 each though, it's not the end of the world. Yeah, I would maybe buy like a couple of those just to make sure, like just for emergencies. So before you even begin EV training your Pokemon, something I would recommend doing just to make sure you aren't making any mistakes like I do later in this video. Just make sure your Pokemon, because Pokemon gain EVs anytime anyone in your party knocks something out. So my Greninja might be the one up front fighting, but the other Pokemon gain EVs as well. So my Greninja can kill a Scatterbug. Every Pokemon in my party gets +1 defense for that. So to make sure there's no like rogue EVs that your Pokemon may have before you start EV training them, come here to the Rust Syndicate, talk to her. She'll clear away one of your Pokemon's base points. So in my case, let's do my Electros. Her name's Lady Clear, which I think is awesome. But if we look at my Electros here, for example, he has just an in-game EV sort of, like his EVs are not correct. They're just random EVs pretty much, which honestly works for Electros. He's a pretty well-rounded Pokemon, so it's not terrible, but I want to train my Electros in more special attack, let's say. So let's wipe his EVs. He's now completely no more effort values for Rodeo. Completely clean slate for five shards. Like you can stand outside and click a button and you've got 5 shards. So now he has 0 EVs. We could train him from scratch. Now let's say I want to train my Mawile in HP and also my Scrafty in HP. You can do this with a full team of 6, of course. Give them both the power items, and then I've got different recommendations, but I think this one's the easiest. And also, it's probably the best demonstration that you're going to have of this. Wild Zone 10 starts off with 2 Slowpokes. Slowpoke gives HP EVs. If I come in here, I want you to see that these guys have 0 EVs into them at all. Like literally nothing put into them at all. So usually when you knock out a Pokemon, I don't think this is going to get KO'd. Yeah, he lived because it's an alpha. It's usually not an alpha Slowpoke. It's just a 5% chance to be an alpha. Let me just kill this guy. Let's kill this guy. Knock them out, but you gotta be fast about it. Okay, I'm not being fast about it. Basically, the idea is, it would be much easier if there wasn't an alpha there. Basically, the idea is, you come in here and you kill them before they despawn. So let me just quickly kill this guy. Cool. If you've got no aggro against you, which is what you want, you can then simply reload, and because you're reloading, before they have the chance to despawn, they're there again. And you are still going to gain the EVs for that. So let me just take this other guy out. Cool. Flying back here. And every time you're doing this, because there's 2 of them right there, you are gaining 9 EVs plus 9 EVs, 18 EVs every time you do that. So 10 of those battles will get you 180. I think 15 of those should be all you need to fully max it out. But as you can see here, Mawile and Scrafty have both started gaining a relatively decent amount of HP. And yeah, the idea is to just keep coming in and do that. Just keep coming in and taking out these Slowpokes. This is of course just for HP. And you gotta be fast, because if you're not fast, then of course they will not continue to spawn until some real life time goes by. So you have to be fast with this. So this is the EV training method that I would recommend. It's a little annoying that it's not despawn. Okay, that one despawned. I wasn't fast enough, I don't think. Well, you'll get to see what happens if you're not fast. Oh, never mind. I was fast enough. It wasn't quite gone yet. I don't think you gain any extra EVs for killing an alpha, by the way. I don't think that's a thing, so I don't even worry about that. But yeah, take them out. And once you fully trained a stat, it will be all sparkly and stuff. And this is kind of a way of shiny hunting, because as you've seen, because there's been alpha Slowpoke spawning, these are different Slowpoke spawns. This is not the same Slowpoke at all. It's a different spawn, and you take him out. Cool. I have aggro on me by a different Pokemon, but I'll just run out really fast. It's why I like this specific spot is because you can just run out really fast and re-teleport back in. For Scrafty and Mawile, they'll have little sparkles as to when they're fully EV trained in that stat. So there you go. They've got little sparkles. He's now fully EV trained in HP. For attack EVs, Wild Zone 13 is a good spot. And everything in Wild Zone 13 gives attack EVs. But of course, we're going to do the same sort of method where we just come in. Everything except Vivillon. I think Vivillon gives defense or speed or something. But everything else, even Phantom, everything here gives attack EVs. Personally, I say just come in here and kill these two pincers. Hit one of them with a fly, hit one of them with an outrage. Just gotta be super fast about it. Now that you're not aggroed, just teleport back here. And just keep doing that over and over again until you're fully EV'd in attack. This way you're kind of shiny hunting and also you're training your Pokemon. Boom, boom, hit one of these. There's probably faster Pokemon to do this with as well. I'm personally using Salamence right now, but like honestly, if you just had like Dragonite with E-Speed, that would probably be better. Just maybe like 2 priority moves. Like honestly, Lucario would probably be good too. Like just E-Speed and I don't know. It depends. For special attack, I've got a very specific thing I would recommend actually. But yeah, as you can see, their attack EVs are going up slowly but surely. I believe Pinsir maybe gives 2 attack EVs per KO, which means I'm getting 10 per, which is a little bit more than 9, but I don't know, it's not the end of the world. I'm probably not going to one-shot this here, am I? Oh, I am. Okay, cool. And yeah, because there's no aggro on us, you just got to be careful not to get yourself aggroed, to be honest. Honestly, if you got them both together, you could probably just Earthquake them both. And Earthquake's good because it wouldn't hit Vivillon, which is the only thing that would give you anything but attack here. So yeah, honestly, just coming in and hitting Earthquake is probably good. As long as you're able to like run away and get out fast enough. I didn't get that other Pinsir in the aggro, unfortunately, but the idea is you're going to be knocking out the Pokemon that gives you the same stat that you're training. But honestly, what you could also do, if you know you're going to be training HP and also attack, you could just go up against a bunch of Slowpokes with the power item for attack, and you're going to gain 8 EVs in attack, as well as, you know, 1 EV in HP for every Slowpoke you KO. And then you can just swap it over to the HP 1. So if you want to just do the Slowpoke method, you can just literally just fight Slowpokes infinitely. I'm aggroed against friggin' Vivillon right now. Please don't screw me over, Vivillon. If you're mostly just going to be training your Pokemon in HP though, you could totally just fight Slowpoke infinitely. I think one of the Pinsirs despawned, unfortunately. So in my case, honestly, it would be faster for me to come back here to Wild Zone 10. So even though I'm only going to be gaining 8 attack EVs per Slowpoke KO, it'll be faster than just doing 10. So I'm going to be gaining 16 attack per Slowpoke I kill right now. And also if I kill that Bellsprout, that'll probably give me attack. I think Bellsprout's attack. I could be wrong. But yeah, that's going to give me 16 attack EVs and also 1 HP EV. But because my Pokemon already have maxed out HP EVs, it doesn't go anywhere else. So you can literally just do this infinitely if you're only training HP. So yeah, we're almost maxed out on our attack with those guys. Probably would recommend something a little faster than Salamence for this, but yeah, I think the Slowpoke's probably the easiest thing to EV train against here. Also, Slowpoke has a new shiny coloration in this game, which is really nice. So if you get shiny Slowpoke, that's always a bonus. I've been trying to get shiny Slowpoke actually, so it'd be great if I got one from doing this. Cool, I'm aggroed against Bellsprout, so I just leave really fast. Awesome. If I were to accidentally take out that Bellsprout, I think Bellsprout gives attack EVs, for example. If I were to accidentally take out that Bellsprout, I would probably just leave it because I am trying to train these guys in attack anyway. But if you're trying to train a special attacker, then, you know. I think, honestly, you kind of have 2 EVs you can make a mistake on in that regard, because the way Pokemon stats work, it's really weird. 2 EVs are just like null and void. They actually don't do anything. So there's 252, 252, and then it's plus 6 EVs. Plus 4 is the only thing that actually makes a difference to your stats. But there are 2 extra EVs. So you've got like two buffers or whatever to like make a mistake on. But yeah, there you go. Mawile and Scrafty. Well, I don't know why Scrafty's isn't maxed out yet. Maybe Mawile had like a stray attack EV or something like that from her being in my party for a brief moment or something. I don't quite know, but Mawile and Scrafty. I'm seeing the problem. Scrafty is fully EV trained. So when this is yellow, that means he's fully EV trained, but he's not maxed out in attack because he would have had some stray stats elsewhere by accident. So what I probably should have done is I probably should have wiped his stats, but this, never fear, this is why we have these other berries. So I'm just going to click 1 and it says defense can't go any lower. We'll do Hondu, special attack can't go any lower. And then we'll do a Grappa, special defense can't go any lower, and then we'll do speed, and now his speed can't go any lower. So just so you can see, for Mawile, if I want to give Mawile's last few stats, so Mawile can get 6 more stats. That's how it should work. So she's got 252 HP, 252 attack, and then there's 6 left over. Only 4 of those actually matter. So that's why I was saying if you get like a random stray EV somewhere else, you've got like 2 points that you can waste and it won't make a difference. So if I just did 4 here in defense, it would actually give her more defense. But if I did 2 more after that, it really doesn't make a difference. So personally, honestly, just I might just drop an iron on her defense, and now Mawile is fully EV trained. As for Scrafty, I might just give him a protein, and that's all he needs to now have maxed out attack. He must have had some straight EVs elsewhere. Yep, there we go. Now his attack is maxed out, but he isn't fully EV trained anymore, as you can see. He is maxed out in HP and attack, but it's not yellow like this, which means there are still more EVs to be gained. So once again, I can come over here to my muscle feather. Sorry, my resist feather. Yeah, he's got 6 more stats he can gain. I'm gonna just do defense. Have some iron in defense. And there we go. Scrafty is now fully EV trained. Mawile is now fully EV trained. And if I did this with 4 additional Pokemon, that would have been a full team of Pokemon just fully EV trained right then and there. That would have saved you, I mean, I think, so you need 26 per stat. Let's do some quick maths. So as cheap as the items are here, 26 is 130k. So to train up a full Pokemon, it would be 260k for 1 Pokemon. So times that by 6. It's over $1 million just for 6 Pokemon. And doing the trainer battles at night, it's capped to like 500, not even 500k. It's capped to, and that's if you're really sweating and you get like 999, or I think it's 9,999 of those little golden coins. It's like you've got a cap as to how much money you can earn in a night, and it's really not that much. So it is faster to actually EV train your Pokemon manually like this, especially if you organize it in a way where you can do a full team. Now, when it comes to EV resetting, I'm probably going to move this to the beginning of the video. I think it makes more sense to have this at the start of the video, so let me just put it back there. So I'm going to actually now, I'm going to train these Pokemon in special attack, but I need to quickly wipe their EVs. So we're going to just, because I use Frostlass in game, so I'm going to wipe its EVs really fast. I've got no idea if Dragalge has actually gained. Oh, there you go. She just said Dragalge didn't. Yeah, it's got no points for you clear. Cool, well that's good to know. You can like check if a Pokemon's got stats to clear. She'll just tell you if they don't, and that's actually really useful. Thank you for not wasting my money. Or well, in this case, Mega Shards. So the Pokemon I've picked up here are all special attackers that I want to gain special attack EVs, so we're just gonna, unfortunately, we have to put your Mega Evolution items away for now, little ones. So the special attack area I would recommend is gonna be an area that people are not gonna be happy to hear. Wild Zone 17. Now, for Wild Zone 17, I would recommend you have like a really strong Pokemon like that knows Surf, like a really strong water type with Surf. I would recommend that. So in my case, I've got my level 100 Greninja. Greninja's not like the strongest guy in the world, but yeah. So as you can see, no EVs on these guys and anything except my Greninja, of course. And we're gonna go to Wild Zone 17. Now, it's not quite as simple. So Wild Zone 17, there's the route I would recommend entering from is right here. And I think it's worth it. It's a little bit of a walk away. This is for special attack EVs. It's a little bit of a walk away, but I think it's worth it, all things considered, because you're going to be able to kill a good few Pyroars here. So compared to other routes where you get 2 Pokemon, here you get like, if you just kind of get them gathered all together, they all aggro on you. Come on then. They start like firing off Earth Powers, whatever. Just fire off Surf. And like that's three Pyroars dead right there. And then if we quickly pause, come back to Cafe Cyclone. If you just teleport to Wild Zone 17, it will take you to the other entrance, which is like the Diggersby entry, which is fine. You can run up that way, but I think it's easier to just come from this side. It also makes it so Diggersby aren't chasing you and you're like gonna accidentally train HP. But yeah, same idea. You just come in here and you just kill them repeatedly. You just walk in and just be like, hello bitches, I'm gonna Surf. Honestly, I think if you've got like an alpha Pokemon, that's like 3 of them right there just dead. I think if you've got like an alpha Pokemon, the Surf range will be even bigger, which I mean, maybe in that case, watch out for Skarmory. Don't kill Skarmory. He will give you defense EVs, I think. But yeah, just from that 2 entries there, I would have gained 60 special attack on all of my Pokemon, and it takes 252 to max it out. So, oh my god, we've got so many, oh my god, there's so many alphas. I'm gonna just Mega Evolve. I don't know if that's really gonna help my case here, but yeah, let's just hit a Surf. Let's kill a few of them. That'll do. Run away. Now, if you don't want to deal with Pyroars whooping your ass, maybe you don't have a water type that can one-shot the Pyroars quite as easily as that, I could also recommend at nighttime, there's usually like a lot of Haunters and Ghastlies roaming around. Haunter and Ghastly will give you special attack. I haven't found a specific spot because I do think this spot is better. Yeah, just come in here and yeah, see, I accidentally killed Skarmory there, for example. Oh my god, I killed so many Pyroars though. Oh my goodness. Hold on, let me get out of here. And then let me just teleport back really fast. Because like I said, you gotta be careful. You gotta make sure they don't die. Dude, look how fast I'm training my special attack on all of these Pokemon that are special attackers. Just from running in and killing Pyroars really, really fast. But yeah, because I accidentally took Skarmory out there, I think Skarmory, if I look him up really fast, Skarmory gives 2 defense EVs. So like I said, you've got kind of like a buffer. These Pokemon now have 2 defense EVs, which isn't the end of the world. If I do it again, I will then have 4, which is honestly, again, not the end of the world, because you usually have like 6 leftover EVs you want to give to probably defense anyway. So it's not the end of the world taking Skarmory out like that. But if you kill him more than 3 times, then maybe like that's when you use a stat reducing berry. But you kind of just got to keep that in mind. But yeah, I was only able to really get one of them there. That's fine. I just don't really want to get earth powered a bunch. It's also nice because I am trying to shiny hunt Skarmory. But yeah, let's come in here. Let's try and get them in a row. There we go. 3 of them done. Leave really fast. I've noticed that even when they do start to like stop circling their confusion and they start to like actually faint, you can still have them respawn back as long as they're not fully gone. Oh, there's a shiny Pyroar. Dude, I've literally shiny hunted during this video. That is so funny. Guys, I've got so many shiny Pyroars, man. Like, it's not even funny, dude. I've got so many of these things shiny. I've been trying to get Skarmory. But yeah, I want to say special attack might be like one of the fastest ones to actually train, just because of this. Yep, I killed the shiny one. Let me catch it. Let me out, 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 let me out. That obviously will get rid of that spawn for that Pyroar, but that's fine. I don't actually know if I got the shiny. I don't know if I gave it enough time to catch it. It might actually still just be there. It's not the end of the world if I didn't get it. I wasn't trying to catch it. I was trying to make sure they didn't despawn. Oh yeah, the shiny one's still there. It's like, oh my god, is it gonna die and despawn? Wow, that's really funny. Anyways, I'm not bothered because I've already got so many of them. It'll just give me one less Pyroar to work with, unfortunately, but hey ho, hit a surf. We're not quite able to one-shot the alpha, but that's fine. Pyroar gives 2 special attack per, so that's 10. And if you're killing 3 of them, that's like 30 per thing. It's like, it's pretty fast, man. And there you go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 Pokemon maxed out in special attack. Now for these guys, I think I'm not sure about Frostlass, but I think for the others, I'd probably just do these guys in HP. So I'd probably just run the Slowpokes up and just do the HP for them again. But what about other stats? There of course is defense, special defense, and speed. Now I said earlier, I'm not actually sure how important speed is going to be, but if you do want to do speed, special defense, and defense, I've got areas that I scouted out that I think would be good to train those things in. Now I would recommend a more focused move, because Surf I think is nice for the Pyroars. I don't think it's super good for the other areas, because you can obviously, there's more room for error with those other areas. Honestly, maybe something like for Alligator, Aqua Jet will suffice for these next ones. Honestly, I don't even know what I would want to train in defense besides like Carving right now, so let's just pretend I want to do defensive Steelix for some reason. I don't know what you would run on Steelix in this game usually, but let's just pretend we're going to do defensive Steelix. We'll take him to Wild Zone 14. Wild Zone 14 has, I think this one's probably like maybe the harder one to train in. I feel like it's a little bit less consistent, but there's like errands, and you can just come in here really quickly. I think it's mostly over to the left here. You want to just try and hit these 2. You can also, if you can hit the Lairon, that will help a lot. Waterfall's pretty nice because it can, like, you know, kind of area of effect. But yeah, just hit those 2, and then now my Steelix has got, I think it's like 18 EVs to defense. Aaron and Lairon give defense EVs here, of course. You hit this Lairon here, that'll give you a little bit more. There we go. And yeah, it's all about just being fast. Like I said, this one's a little bit more inconsistent because, you know, maybe you can hit the waterfall. You've got to be careful too, because there is like a, you know, there's Drillbur hiding in the floor like that. Drillbur, Aaron despawned, unfortunately. I think it fully despawned, it might not be. Drillbur, no, I think the Aaron's still there. I think I managed to save it. Drillbur, of course, will, I think, give speed. So you got to be careful not to accidentally kill Drillbur. But yeah, just in and out of there as fast as you can. I'm not sure if there's maybe a better place to do defense, but yeah, I quite like this because there's usually some good Pokemon like around here. You can hit the Lairon, then maybe like Aqua Jet the Aaron really fast, and then just get out of there. I think this one's just kind of annoying because like the Pokemon kind of aggro on you a little bit more than the others. Just after a couple of things of doing that, yeah, our defense on our Steelix is already like going up quite a bit. I don't imagine there will be many Pokemon you'll want to defense EV train So if honestly, if anything, if you just want to use your money for something like that, because this area is maybe not the most optimal, there probably are some other spots you could do it better. Like maybe Hippopotas. I don't know if Hippopotas gives defense EVs. I feel like Hippopotas would give HP. Hippopotas does give defense. Oh, Onyx gives defense too, so that's also a good thing if you wanted to try and go for that, but I thought it was a shiny arrow and I got so excited for a second, man. There we go. Archdelix is now fully maxed out in defense EVs. Now, when it comes to special defense, I would actually recommend the Novu Cafe. So if you come over here to the Novu Cafe, there is, well, usually there's not a wild zone, or there's not a battle zone there. So let me just get rid of the battle zone, which, by the way, pro tip, every Pokemon Center's got a bench. So if you want to get rid of the nighttime or daytime really fast, just go to any Pokemon Center. There's usually a bench right next to them. Now, Novu Cafe, to the left here, there is Flabébé. Flabébé gives special defense. And yeah, you can just come here with your special defense item on your Pokemon you want to gain special defense, and you can just kill these Flabébés. I think you can probably get 3 of them done if you're really, really fast. But honestly, I think just do 2 maybe to just be safe. But if you're really fast with it, like maybe you're using Lucario here, for example, if you use Lucario, you can quick attack, bullet punch, E-speed easily and get 3 of them done. And then hit the waterfall. Yeah, third one's probably not worth going for because you don't want them to despawn. Then you just come back here to the Novu. Yeah, just repeatedly do that. Let's see if it works better with Lucario, for example. Lucario, you BP, extreme speed. Well, you have to make sure your Lucario doesn't get friggin' walled. See, that thing's like about to despawn, as you can see there. The thing's like, the stars have gone, it's about to faint. But as long as you don't, as long as the literal Pokemon doesn't leave, like it's fine. He didn't leave, so it's fine. Lucario hit the E-speed, and then we've got 1 more for Bullet Punch. 3, nice. All 3 of them are still there. Go back to Novu, and yeah, that way you can get like 3. Yes, it's still there. That way you can get 3 special defense hits, and that will be 27 EVs per time you do that. And finally, for speed, which is honestly a really interesting stat in this game. Wild Area 1, Wild Zone 1, every Pokemon in here gives speed except for Scatterbug. Every single one, even Mareep for some reason gives speed. Oh no, Mareep gives special attack, I think, actually. I might be lying to you. Mareep gives special attack. Okay, everything except Mareep and Scatterbug, which is still pretty good amount of Pokemon. So honestly, yeah, you can literally just come in here, you can brap, and then you can just like quickly teleport back. And there you go, you've gained 18 speed EVs. You can just do this over and over again. It's as simple as that. And if you want to get bold, you probably go in further and find some Pokemon to hit, but honestly, just hitting those 2 is probably fine. And yeah, those are the areas I would recommend to EV train your Pokemon with the power items. Now, as for which stats do I recommend you train, I think because the way ranked online battles work, I don't actually know how good the speed stat is in this game. Speed is usually the most important stat in Pokemon main series, but for this game, I don't know. I think because obviously the faster your Pokemon is, the faster the move recharges, and it can be a couple seconds of a difference, but because in ranked online you're going to attack someone and generally you're going to maybe like run away, I don't know, like obviously the faster your move recharges the better, but I don't know if a couple second difference is really going to be the, you know, I feel like maybe you'd rather live a hit. But also in that regard, when it comes to that Pokemon like Greninja, I don't know if Greninja is really going to be living hits anyway, so I don't know. My Greninja is personally invested in speed. I don't know what's better. I've still got more experimenting to do. I have made a video on my second channel that shows you the time differences between like a max speed for Alligator and a non-invested speed for Alligator. But yeah, in regards to the other stat to train your Pokemon in, honestly, I think just whatever its best offensive stat is, unless it's like maybe a defensive Pokemon. Like for me personally, I've just trained a Carbink. I think Carbink's pretty fun online. Where's my Binker? Oh, he's down here. I personally trained my Carbink to be max HP, max defense. I want to give it a Boldment to make it fully physically defensive, and it's holding a Rocky Helmet. He's going to be like a eternally damaged sort of guy. He's going to stealth rock spikes. He's going to put up screens and he's going to swap out. It's pretty fun. But yeah, otherwise, honestly, I feel like unless the Pokemon is pretty fast, I think you're mostly going to be training it in max HP and max whatever its best offensive stat is. If I missed anything, or if you guys have any other areas you would recommend instead, you know, maybe there's an area I kind of overlooked. I did try to find the most optimal and like the fastest areas and the ones that you can maybe do with the least amount of error. But if I missed anything, of course, you know, you have any suggestions, feel free to leave them in the comments. And yeah, I hope this was eye-opening, helpful, whatever else. And yeah, thank you for watching.